And welcome to the Part Time Nerd Podcast with me, your host, Alan. And joining me is one Mr. Rapid Dave. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. We're going to see how everything goes and, I don't know, cross our fingers. Been having some computer issues lately, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I like hoping and wishing.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do something, right?
You, yeah. What's
so,
up?
so here we go. We're talking about Batman Hush, the
Mhm.
2019 animated movie. This got 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb, 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. This was you had a pretty nice little cast. You had a few, big people in here. Rainn Wilson was Lex Luthor.
Funny, right?
Jerry O'Connell was Superman. Rebecca Romaine, at this time, just Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah.
Stamos was gone. She was Lois Lane. And then Jason O'Mara was Batman, which I thought he did a great job as Batman in this one. Like, I really enjoyed Batman in this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, this is the story of Hush, one of Batman's biggest villains. And you're only getting a part of the story in this one. But essentially, you have a new villain who's come and he's basically running everything. You have a who's who in this. You get the bad guys that are in this. You got Hush, Bane, Catwoman. You got Batgirl, Nightwing's in it, Ivy, Harley Quinn, Joker, Riddler, Scarecrow, Clayface. I mean, it is everybody and anybody is in this movie.
Hmm.
Um, it starts off with Bat or Bane kidnaps a kid, Batman saves him. And it's pretty funny because when he's saving him, and he takes Bane down, and he's down, and the kid walks up to Bane and kicks him, and calls him an asshole. But then you have Batman gets shot. He gets shot down. He falls down, and he gets freaking brain damage and has brain surgery. Um, from his best friend, at the time, someone he had grown up with, and things like that. Um, and then it's just him. He's just trying to figure out who's running things. At the same time, it's him and Catwoman are really getting intimate
Hmm.
with each other, really close to each other. I got a kick out of the scene where Damien shows up, and he essentially tells his dad, he's like, "Hey, don't be a fool. Wrap your tool." For the most part.
He goes, use protection. He goes, this time cover your drink too. Yeah, he's a little turd in this one.
Yeah, and it was you have Batman. He almost kills the Joker in this one when he's going through it. Um, and it's funny as he's doing it, you got the Joker laughing, and he's like, "So who's robbing these days?"
Crazy, right? Jesus.
Yeah, it's just, and it keeps going, and eventually Batman reveals to Catwoman that he's Bruce Wayne because it's she's cheating on Batman, but she's also cheating on Bruce because she's dating them both and doing things with both.
Right.
And finally, Batman's like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and let you off the hook here. I'm Bruce Wayne, so there you go.
Hmm.
Um, and it all comes down. You find out who Riddler, or not Riddler, but who Hush is, and it's Riddler.
Hmm.
And what had happened to him was he had gotten the living S kicked out of him. He finds a Lazarus pit, and as he's in it, he gets this kind of clarity and figures out, holy crap, Batman's Bruce Wayne, and it's him just kind of running things and figuring things out. What did you think about this?
A lot of action. I did enjoy all the villains showing up. You
Mhm.
have no idea through this entire thing who it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even the villains want to know
Yeah.
because he's actually going after villains as well and just terrorizing everybody. But he's got everybody working for him, or he's killing. It just to me is
Right.
insane. I like the artwork. I like the scenes.
Mhm.
You know, I really enjoyed this movie, but it did bring everybody out. I was
Everybody.
shocked to be honest, because usually like we've watched several of these, and you have just pretty much one, maybe two
Mhm.
villains, but I guess since Hush actually went out and made these people all do certain tasks for him. You know, he
Right.
kidnaps didn't he kidnapped the Joker, right? And then had Harley go find him or something. And
He kidnapped him and forced Harley to go after someone, but then he released them at the same time. Like,
yeah,
he was just
all
playing
over the place.
everything in every angle and had Batman chasing his tail for sure.
Hmm. But other
Um,
than that, I thought it was great. Like I said, animation was great. The script was good. And it's just another movie that's an hour and 20 minutes long that's animated. It is animated, obviously,
yep.
but it's still I thought a great DC movie.
Yeah, yeah, it was really good, and I just really enjoyed. But you should be getting a Hush Part 2 because Hush actually isn't the Riddler. Like,
No?
it's really, and I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name, and I thought I'd written it down. Tom, his friend who's the brain surgeon, he is actually Hush.
Oh,
And it's actually him and Riddler working together. Because you think in it you see Tom is killed, but it's another one of those scenes where his death is faked through the use of Clayface. Because he used Clayface a couple different times in this. They thought they had the Riddler arrested. Batman goes to question him, and then that's when he figures out that that's Clayface.
that was wild.
Yeah, that was great. And he rips this chip out of him, and I was just like, well, that was a mistake. That's how I was controlling him. And then Clayface just starts going off.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
but yeah, all in all, it's another great animated DC movie. I wish DC could do with their live action what they do with their animated stuff,
Yeah.
and,
I
and,
mean,
and not make and just making good content.
there you
Like,
go. Yeah.
it's you can't turn out what you're turning out, right? But when you put something out, do have some good content. Have a these that with the animated stuff, it's going more towards the comic books and the stories in the comic books, and staying a little bit more true to those versus what they're doing with all their live action stuff. And it's a hodgepodge, and they're just throwing crap together. It's like, with Batman, you got Batman versus Superman, but then it's not just Batman versus Superman. Let's go ahead and throw Doomsday in there. Oh, but that's not enough. Let's go ahead and throw Wonder Woman in there, and then stop throwing so much in there. Like,
Yeah.
pick your story and stick with your story.
Even though
Do
this is a bit
Batman
different.
versus
This has
Superman.
everybody in there.
But this is part of that story though, right? This isn't again, this one's truer to the comics and things like that as opposed to the movies. You're trying to squeeze too much into it. You get a lot of these like when you're seeing, Penguin, Two-Face, and Mr. Freeze, it's more of like a montage. It's not a full-blown them going at each other and things like that. And with a lot of these, you're getting them in there, but it's just short little spurts, and then he's getting them arrested and getting them back into Arkham and things like that. So
Right.
I don't know. I need DC live action to get on board with the DC animated. Let's maybe exchange writers or something like that. I don't know.
Exchange some numbers amongst yourselves and collab a little bit. I did like that it's so new. Like this movie's only 2 years old. It came
Yep.
out in 2019. Um, we're not watching old stuff. This is stuff that is still being put out. So, obviously they could get together, they could work on something and create a great live action DC movie. They just choose not to.
Yeah.
Don't get
Pretty
me
much.
wrong. I mean, Batman's awesome. I love the old Batman. Or not. I like,
Christopher Nolan and Keaton.
yeah. I like Keaton. Obviously, he's my Batman, but I'd like Christian Bale is the new age Batman. You know what I mean? He did that. Those 3 movies were great.
Yep.
Heath Ledger was a great Joker. You had some. They could do it, but they choose not to. And I'm not bashing on Ben Affleck as Batman either because I didn't think he did do a terrible idea or a terrible job. But then the next Batman up, I always call him Edward from whatever the hell the name of that movie is.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, no, it's Cedric Dickory from Harry Potter. It's Twilight or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. There you go. And so I'm waiting to see how he does. Maybe this movie knocks our socks off. But it's Batman, it's Catwoman, it's the Penguin. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
I'm dying for this movie to be great. But here we are again with Catwoman and the Penguin. So it's
Yeah.
Batman Returns.
Right.
If this is set around Christmas time, I'm going to lose my ass. And Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. Make sure you watch it during the Christmas time.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll definitely check that out for Christmas time.
Yeah.
Um, Well, that's all we got for you guys today. So much for watching. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. If you have anything you want us to watch, go ahead and shoot us over an email, parttimenerdpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.